Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today with me and clicking on this video. I'm super excited because today we are talking about this palette right here from Beauty Glaze. It is the Colorboard eyeshadow palette. I don't know if that's what it was titled on Amazon, but whatever. This is from Amazon. This is starting to get viral on TikTok and stuff like that. I've also seen it on Instagram. This is $16.99 US. I think it's 13 pounds in the UK. And this little guy is a rainbow eyeshadow palette. Of course, this video is not sponsored. I was just so curious and I wanted to play with a new rainbow eyeshadow palette. And yeah, obviously I have Prime, so I was like, why not treat myself to $16 for an eyeshadow palette? So, not sponsored, just wanted to play with it. The eyeshadow palette looks like this, but it does more. It all slides out. It's gonna be hard to show you upright. It all, there's one more, it's hiding, slides out to have 4 eyeshadow palettes. You got your red tones, your green tones, your blue tones, and your purple tones all together in a palette. I forgot to mention this in the outro, but it definitely has a chemical smell to it, and I think it's just the packaging. I don't think it's the shadows, but every time I open this, I do smell it. Each panel has 15 shades in it, and there are some pressed glitters, so just be aware that is a thing. But I think there is enough shades in here that even though there's like 3 in this one, now which way does it go? There's 2 in this one, 2 in that one, and I believe the last one also has 2. I don't know why the first one has 3, but I think you still get your money's worth even if you're not going to play with the pressed glitters. Now, I obviously know how this performs because I already did the eye look and I filmed the outro and gave my opinion, but I just wanted to say right off the bat, the shimmers are not super exciting on the lid, but I haven't swatched them, so maybe they swatch really pretty, and I didn't use it wet, so to be all fair, could perform a little bit differently if I had put them on wet. I think without further ado, we should get into swatches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch them, come back, and I will show you them, and you can pause and look at them if you would like, and I'll talk about them a little bit. So here are the greens. I didn't do the pressed glitters because it doesn't matter how they swatch. They're pressed glitters, I guess. They're the same color that they are in the pan. With a lot of rainbow palettes that have multiples of each color, this one and this one are very similar. You just get a lot of repeating tones. That one is kind of more of a bluish green. These are all, there's a lot of shimmers in here, and then that yellow is just like in there. Same with this one. I don't know. But I really like this earthy, like muted green, and there's these shimmers. I think that would make a really good look with a brown, which I don't think there's like a dark enough brown in there, but that's okay. But this is the green all swatched. You can pause if you want to look at them more. Know that some of these are shimmers, and I will say all of these are so hard. They are not creamy and soft shadows. Here we have the red palette. When I look at it, like, I get happy because I like red tones and everything. But again, I can see a lot of similar shades. These two are very similar oranges. The red tones, well, that's a lighter red. This is like a coral color, which I didn't know was in there. I really like that. I'm into coral. Like these two would go together. I can see a lot of combinations in here. And this shimmer like swatched really well. It does look matte on camera, but it is a shimmer. I think that would be really pretty. And you got that yellow and the orange. That looks like a comet. Love that. But yeah, here are those swatches. Here we have the blue palette. Again, really beautiful. This makes me think of oh, what's it called? It's an old ColourPop palette. It's like one of their very first 9 pans. I want to keep saying Touch and Soul. That's not correct, but it's one of the, I think it's called Soul. It's a color scheme where it's browns and blues, and this is what that makes me think of it. I was surprised that this yellow showed up so well. That's really pretty, though I feel like used like in the crease, it might be hard to build up. Could be wrong though. This swatched really well. The shimmer has did this guy. He's like a gray onyx color. This looks exactly like Deep Freeze, the highlighter from Jeffree Star. This guy was a little sad up here, and like there's a shimmer up there that you really can't see it. But for the most part, these are really, really pretty. I have a feeling this guy's going to be patchy on the lids though, because a lot of those royal blues are. Oh, so let me pause and there you go, you can see it. And last but not least, here is the purple palette. I love it. This is probably the one I will get the most use out of, but truthfully, it really reminds me of the It's My Pleasure palette from ColourPop. Let me grab it. Here is that palette, and here are these swatches, and I think you could get the exact same thing from either of those, which is fine. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a dupe. Well, it's not a dupe of, oh my god, I can't put this palette away. It's not specifically supposed to be a dupe of ColourPop, but monochromatic palettes, you know, they're gonna have some similar shades. I'm just saying, that's what the, god. Oh no, I did get it on my shirt. Oh well, okay, whatever. This, it looks a lot more pink in person. That was a really pretty shimmer. This shimmer was really, really sad. This one's pretty. It is a shimmer, but it looks really matte. This shimmer up here that you can't even see is so sad. But yeah, I think this one was very creamy, this shimmer. But anyways, I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this color scheme for sure. Here, that is for you. So those were the swatches. Again, it doesn't really mean anything if it swatches perfectly or not. Come on, earring. But regardless, this is the eye look I did, and if you want to see how I do it, then just keep on watching. Alright, this is my second attempt to doing an eye look on camera. If you see glitter on my face, it's literally on my screen right now. I'm sorry, I tried to look with glitter and it just did not happen. So let's try again, and I'll actually show you how these shadows work. My lashes kind of look wonky, and again, I got glitter all on my face. So let's just get into it and play with the actual shadows and not the glitters. So I'm gonna do purple, blue, green, red, orange, yellow on my eyes, just so we can play with a little bit of everything. I'm gonna take this purple with a little bit of these guys over here mixed in. There was just a little bit of fallout, but that's okay, and I dropped my brush. But also, to set my lids, I used this shade right here. I'm very glad there's a cream shade in there. Helps me out a lot. Next, I'm taking this bright blue right there. I just realized there's another yellow over there. There's like 3 yellows in this palette. They're all pretty much the same. Ooh, I love this. I love that shade of blue, and I love blue and purple together. It is a little hard to build up, and it kind of is not blending like as I want it to there, but we'll keep working on it. I went in with a darker purple, and that helped. And for green, taking that guy right there. Yeah, once again, that blue kind of got lost in there, and I'll clean up the inner corner. So I'm going to take a little bit of like the deeper blue, see if that will help at all. For the other eye, it's just red, orange, yellow, and that is actually all in this little palette right there. This slide, there's some pressed glitter there. So I will probably be using this red, that orange, and that yellow. Alright, I'm liking how that turned out. So we're not gonna play with the pressed glitters anymore because I'm sick of them. I don't like pressed glitters anymore. I used to really like them, but not really anymore. Anyways, I like them sparingly. So I think let's flip, which way? Let's flip through this. That would be a good shade to put all over the lid. That would too. I think it's pretty light because I want like a light shade. Ooh, that one's kind of purpley. I could do 2 different ones. Yeah, I'll probably put this one on this side, and then let's flip on back and probably go in with this like kind of lightly goldy shade on that side. I'm gonna go in with it dry first and see what we can do. Not much. Not much. Let me try a finger. it kind of shows up. I know it's a hard shade to even see in the first place. Kind of doesn't look like anything. It's not very soft as I thought it would be, but that's okay. Let's go in on the other eye. Hopefully that one's a little bit better. Okay. Not very fulfilling. Not very exciting. Not very exciting at all. That's okay. Let me, do I want, like you can't, you can barely even tell that there's two different shimmers on my eye. But you know what? We're just testing this palette. So I'm just gonna leave it. You see how it is. Let me see. I'm gonna try, hold on, while we're here, might as well. There's this guy right here in the blue. Kind of tap that over. Did not do much. Not much at all. All right, not very impressed with that, and I'm sure they're gonna swatch fine. I haven't done that part yet, but it's a no from me, dog. I am going to pop some liner and lashes on, and I will be right back for our final thoughts on this palette. All right, we finally made it to the end. Well, technically it's not the end for me because I have to film the swatches in the intro after this. But I wanted to wrap up my thoughts on using it and playing with it a little bit. I think it performed really nicely. I do think the blendability was not perfect, and some of the shadows kind of blended away when you try to layer them on top or blend them together, but that's okay. I was able to make it work, just using different colors. I think the color range is obviously very, very good, though I personally would have loved another panel that had like black, white, and gray, maybe even some browns in there, just to really tie in the full rainbow. I think that would have been really, really cool and very helpful, because I'm really surprised there's not a black or a white in there. It's strictly color, except for like the cream shades, and there are some browns. Just kind of surprised that there was no black or white in there. Again, with every palette I own, I always just crave a white shimmer because that's perfect for the inner corner, which I forgot to do anything to. That's okay, it doesn't matter. Should we pick a shade from in here, though we know it's not gonna be that great? I could go back in with this guy. I will say about this palette is that I thought it would be really cool and fun that it slides and all that stuff. I don't have a big area to put a palette right in front of me for doing my makeup. I have a full desk dedicated to doing my makeup, but my mirror sits right in the middle. So I don't have very much room to like put more than, like, I can use my James Charles Morphe palette and I can set it there and open it, and even that is still, whoops, still kind of blocking everything. This guy was so hard to open up and switch palettes, and maybe that's just me. I'm not saying that's going to be everybody's problem because your makeup setup is different than mine, but for me, it just wasn't great for this setup. I think I would travel with this though, especially since there are some brown, and I keep like wanting to flip it open and it has to turn. There are some browns in there, so I think I could create neutral looks, but it's obviously very compact and it's not very thick. Ooh, I would probably tape this shut just to make sure. And I mean, this is pretty thick, so it could protect itself when traveling. I don't think the shades are very deep in there, so I think it'd be okay. But it could be a good travel palette. But what I was saying is, like, when I'm flipping them open, I'm wearing white because I knew I was going to do a rainbow look. I was so afraid whenever this got close to me, it was going to touch my white shirt. So again, that's just kind of a spatial thing. Didn't really benefit me. Like I said, I think I would have really liked this palette more if there was like a neutral panel, and I get it. It was like 4 panels. It makes it look nice. It supposed to, you know, fold out evenly and all that stuff, but for my personal preference, I would have liked a neutral panel just to tie it all together. But is this worth $16.99? Absolutely. I mean, I did this on my face, and I don't think I could do this completely from the Dollar Tree. I don't know. I mean, they have some colors there. First off, that's the problem, is that they're not the right colors, but the quality isn't always there. So I think for $16.99 or whatever it is, I know in the UK it's like 13 pounds, whatever it is, wherever you are, I think this is just fun and worth it if you just want a new rainbow palette to play with. Because I actually don't have a lot of rainbow palettes. I just have, like, you know, different color schemes and stuff, I guess. But I don't really have a lot of overall rainbow palettes. I am very excited I got this and I got to play with it. I know TikTok had like been blowing it up, so I wanted to get it before it was out of stock because I had a feeling that was going to happen. And yeah, I'm glad I got to play with this. I really like the eye look I created with it. I mean, oh God, it's nothing that fancy. It's just rainbow on the lids. But yeah, I think this is a very nice purchase and I do recommend it to you. And with that, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for clicking and being here today with me. I had a lot of fun filming this, and even though I messed up and was very frustrated with the pressed glitters, but that's just a me thing, I think. You know, I'm just not an expert on pressed glitters. But regardless, thank you so much for being here today with me. I have links on my other social medias down below. And I think with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!